Welcome to Inspiration Inc., a brand new series featuring luminaries from India who have inspired generations with their achievements and aura. We bring you beyond the boardroom conversations and witness the other side of these legends.
Welcome to Inspiration Inc. We are in the most happening workplace in India, and I have the most happening guest with me today, who's my personal inspiration also, and I think he is inspiration for one entire generation. I am on his desk, which is currently, I think, the most action-packed desk in India. Vijay is with me, Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Meher. Thank you, very kind of you to say that.
No, I mean it. I actually mean it. But more than that, tell me one thing. Last time when I came, this place looked little different.
Correct.
Now again, it has some different layout and feel. So, what is that? What is the secret behind this?
Well, I think, I'm sure you know that as a company, we were gone into many businesses.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times I would have particular attention on particular business, so that team will be sitting nearby. Then we structure it accordingly. And then after a couple of months, once that team has sorted out things that we believe that is correct action, then the next team or next role. So all these people and all these teams around me are the teams whom I'm primarily working with. Okay. Obviously, we have multiple offices and every other thing. I sit on this place, I sit on this
So this
seat.
is the center of universe.
This is
The rest of the things keep changing.
Okay, let's say that. That this is the center point. Yes, around things keep upgrading.
So during the Berkshire deal, who was sitting around you?
I was, by the way, in Toronto office that day.
I know.
So I think that deal was something that I did not share with anybody in our office also, except the two teammates who were working on it. And I can tell you one lucky thing that was with us was that till the end, we did not have to talk to anyone beyond us as an advisor. Meaning, we did not have to have a banker, we did not have to have third parties, so everything was in-house. I think that was a lucky thing.
And they were okay with that?
Not just they were okay, this is a maturity, sign of maturity, I'd say, of a company and an organization. So now a lot of deals have happened.
I'm sure you must have kept your fingers crossed for this particular deal.
Yes.
And I must congratulate you actually, because you know that that discussion has been going on for quite some time, that Berkshire would enter India, and we did see a huge upside in the Indian economy also from 2008 till now also. But it took them good 2 decades to finally make up their mind, and they landed on your desk.
I wish this is just a beginning, and they put a lot of money in our country. Our country's growth is very visible in the world. We are the bright spot in the economy of the world, and them being on our board will mean that they will, I am sure .com, who's on our board, will visit India, will get to see it in person, and there will be a lot more, hopefully. I wish that they do, and they like this country and us.
But tell me, how does it feel, and this is something that I've been wondering. So you have Berkshire on board, you have SoftBank on board, you have Alibaba on board. Now, people die to get attention from any one of them. You have all of them on your board.
I definitely call ourselves one of those lucky companies who got a chance to build this business, chance to be in this country, and chance to be with these partners. And there are two kind of investors you mostly talk about. One who are just a shareholder, and second who are a participant in the boardroom, participating in the business, participating as a conversation. And all these three names that you took, the lucky part I call it is that I can talk to them and have a conversation, and they come on a regular basis in the boardroom and talk. I think it is a very lucky and a privileged situation, and I take it as an opportunity for us to do something worthwhile in our life.
So the anecdotes that I have read about Berkshire deal is it took barely couple of phone calls. And
no, it was not a couple of phone calls. It was at least a long meeting at least. I mean, Berkshire office, by the way, Berkshire office is much smaller than this floor itself.
Okay.
And the boardroom was optimally sized. I think this is the size of the boardroom that we had. And that conversation went on for at least 2.5 hours.
With whom?
.com himself. Okay. Todd was there. And then we talked everything. I mean, there was no projector that I had to open. And so a 2.5 hour board meeting and 2 calls, I think that was what it took.
But I believe it was a proud moment for India also. I remember that night we exchanged messages.
Yes, I think I can't believe that it happened.
And I felt proud as an Indian.
Thank you, and I want to tell you, Mihir, that I totally believe that we at Paytm have an opportunity to create the dent in the universe, and we want to be the one who makes this country proud by each and every milestone that we achieve. We are proud that we have Berkshire as a shareholder partner. We are proud that we are partner in Alibaba and SoftBank. We are proud that we are launching in Japan. We just launched, so that is there. So I think it's an immense opportunity to prove that India can produce some technology that can go to the world.
No, but I think, and I mean, for all these years that I have known you, this is one passion that I have always seen in you. But tell me one thing. Now Paytm is in a different league altogether. But normally the conversation that happens at global level, there still the examples are given of maybe a Google or a Facebook and things like that. Personally, what is your reaction?
So when people take names of these great successful companies out of US, out of China, out of Japan, all these markets or Europe, we will definitely be hopefully one of those whom they take an example out of country of India.
Right, absolutely. So now currently, what's cooking? What's the next big thing?
I think the best part about company is that we have a business model where payment grows to, commerce grows to financial services. So in different time, different products are getting mature. And sometimes it seems that, oh, they launched this, then they launched that, they launched that, they launched this. I can say that as a company, we think of it as India as a market. We think of ourselves as a technology company, which eventually operates in different segments of business. And that means that it literally is that in a week something is coming, and in a couple of weeks something is coming. We have a large M&A to announce. We are looking to acquire something that will become a core part of our business.
When is that happening?
I think hopefully soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we speak more about this entire Paytm ecosystem, and I mean, I know what you are thinking, but if I was to put it a little simply, then you are currently, majority Indians have you in their pocket. In terms of the app?
Majority active Indians do, yes.
Yeah, right? So it started with normal transaction.
Recharge, offline payment.
Recharge, offline payment. So right from paying to a chai wala after a demo, now it's like Paytm Money, the Paytm Mall, and banks, obviously banks. So practically everything.
Yeah.
So at some stage, I think the rupee which I earn and the rupee which I spend will all be through Paytm.
Hopefully, we can offer you incredible value in your earning, storing and spending. I think earning stands for your, like I said, wealth or mutual funds or stock market, where you earn beyond your work earn.
Yeah.
And store, which means that you're storing gold with us, digital gold business. I'm surprised by the gold, by the way, I want to tell you. I mean, I would have never imagined when we started gold 18 months back that we would have 5.5 million customers of gold accounts.
Is that the number?
Yeah, I mean, we have literally 1,000 kgs of gold, thousands of kgs of gold stored on behalf of consumer. If we were a bank with a locker, we would have had so many locker with so much of kgs of gold with a KYC and email attached to it.
And as you are aware that our motto at ET now is Rise with India.
Yes.
And we strongly believe that unless Indians rise, India can't rise. So I think you are one of the most apt example. You come from a teacher's family, studied in Hindi medium.
Yes.
So tell me, this what is this reading Hindi and English books together? What was that part?
Oh, I want to tell you that funny thing, at least in the year that in the year that I was in my school, I was in my school in 1994. I came out of 12th class. My education was in Hindi, and the all entrance test of engineering college were in English. Even if they were in Hindi, the study material at least was totally in English. So all that you studied now is not the medium that you have to ask to answer. So imagine if you go in a country where they speak to you in a language. Imagine that you understand English, now you go in Japan or in Spain where the person is talking you something, and then you're like, can you just speak the language that I understand? So for me it was a problem. And the probable most logical way that I found was keep the book in front of each other because there was no tuition in Aligarh that I could have had Hindi tuition and English tuition either. So keep the book together and then try understanding, reading. एक side में भार्गव dictionary रखो, resistance लिख दो, ये लिख दो, and then you go in dictionary and write the Hindi, and then you read the Hindi book and then you see, oh, resistance, प्रतिरोध, very good, very good. Ampere है तो ये तो current ही होएगा, you know, like that. And then you, I think, then you learn the language of the question that will come. What it taught me was that same thing can have multiple perspectives. In class 12th, I passed in class age of 14. And 14 to 15 was my drop year studying this, and 15 is when I was lucky to enter an engineering exam because I could finally.
You were not eligible age-wise.
I was not eligible age-wise, so I had a 1 year drop of engineering college entrance.
So you've been running faster than life since then.
Oh, you race towards an early grave, run rabbit run, forget the sun. When at last the work is done, don't sit down, it's time to dig another one. So I think that is the philosophy been. When I came in engineering college entrance exam, I was sure that I would know some answers, but I would not know more answers. So chemistry, where you have an answer, you can understand that acetaldehyde plus this will mean, hydrogen will mean this. So I could see them and I could give answers. So my chemistry marks were highest. Physics, where there's a lot of narration, you do not know what is the correct context, but you understand that meter per second that the speed पूछ रहे हैं, I will be able to answer that, and that's how I was lucky. But that created another bigger problem now. I was in the company of people who speak English, and I was in the classroom where English was the primary way.
They think in English.
They think in English, they could speak English like I'm speaking today. I could comfortably understand, they could understand, but I could not. So I had a problem of even talking to my friends or people in my class, and I had a problem that what will it be? Now, for example, there was a magazine I still remember where there used to be notebook ad.
Okay.
Now I'm totally confused. Why this computer is called notebook?
Okay.
What, this is computer ad. Why is it notebook ad? Notebook का मतलब तो ये notebook. इसको notebook क्यों बोलेंगे? And I built my best friendships with people whom I confide into it with these questions. So my best friend became the person whom I would take to library and ask that, अच्छा ये बता, ये notebook क्यों है? तो notebook and computer which is like notebook. So I said, okay, ऐसे computer भी होते हैं. हाँ.
Are you in touch with them today?
No, this is Harinder. Harinder is my friend and partner in this company also. So he runs our Canada office. So good friendships came because you could confide your fears into someone. You could confide your issues, concerns, and things you are not necessarily comfortable with everybody to with.
But you mentioned a very critical word, fear. What makes you so fearless?
Oh, I think for a person like my...
I have known you for so many years, and there are very few people I've come across who are as fearless as you are.
I think the three philosophies in my life: no fear, no greed, no entitlement. मेरे को ये मालूम है कि ज़िंदगी में जब कुछ बड़ा बनेंगे तो ग्रीड आपको एक साइड में खींच के ड्रॉप कर देती है, तो वो है ही नहीं. आप मेरे को जितनी कुछ चीज़ें दो, आप मेरे को कितने पैसे दे दोगे, आप मेरे को कोई भी पावर दे दोगे, आप टाइटल दे दोगे, बट मेरे लिए कुछ ज़रूरत ही नहीं उसकी. सो यू कॉन्ट ब्राइब मी विद एनी थिंग दैट यू कैन ऑफर एज अ ग्रीड टू मी. एंड एंटाइटलमेंट मेरे अंदर है नहीं कि मैं भाई ऐसी जगह से आया हूँ या हमने ये करा है और आप कौन है. अपनी तो जैसे तैसे वो वाला हाल है.
That's a nice philosophy, but still, I mean, you know, now in hindsight, probably you can say that मुझे डर नहीं है because I don't have.
No, but I think I'll tell you one thing, Meher.
No, but even when you lost.
Correct. I want to tell you one thing. Think about this line. When you're a rookie on the road, you literally have the best chance to win.
हाँ, miss करना है.
So the chances of your success are 10 times bigger when you are nobody.
So early days, tell us something about the early days, you know, when you were studying in school. Were you ever bullied in school? What kind of kid you were?
So, I told you, मैं class 12th में 14 साल का था. तो अब मैं इसको क्लास 10th में लाता हूँ. मैं 12 साल का बच्चा था क्लास 10. तो और मैं अलीगढ़ के पास एक जगह है हरदुआगंज, which is a town. I studied in that school, which means that वहाँ पे लोग एक दो बार फेल हो जाते हैं बोर्ड में.
ऐसे ही.
क्योंकि एग्ज़ाम सही नहीं आया, टफ हो गया. तो मैं 12 साल का बच्चा उन लोगों के साथ था जो मेरे डबल हाइट के थे. तो मैं अगर यहाँ बैठता था,
But how they must be like torturing you.
सो बुली होने का अब मैं यही कॉन्टेक्स्ट दे रहा हूँ. और फिर हॉस्टल में जब आया दिल्ली कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग में, तब हॉस्टल के अंदर की जो कॉलेज, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज हॉस्टल रैगिंग और व्हाटएवर यू कैन से द बुली पार्ट, मैं 49 kgs का था. तो लोग मेरे से कहते थे तो एक तो ऐसे उड़ा देंगे. और मेरे को ऐसे ऐसे काम दिए जाते थे जिनको मैं कभी जानता ही नहीं था कि कैसे मैं जाके अपने आप को प्रेजेंट करूँगा. तो somehow वो ट्रेनिंग भी हो गई. और मुझे सामने दिल्ली की बसों में, डीटीसी की बस और जो प्राइवेट उन दोनों येलो लाइन, रेड लाइन, ब्लू लाइन चला करती थी उनमें, और कश्मीरी गेट और चांदनी चौक, इसमें मेरे को खूब सारा काम करवाया मेरे सीनियर्स ने. मेरे को ना सब कुछ से एक तरीके से मुझे लगता है फ़ायदा ही हो गया. क्योंकि जो आदमी एक छोटे शहर से आया, उसको ऐसी और बड़े शहर के अंदर जहाँ पे बहुत लोग चालू होते हैं वो फेस करने को मिला. फिर कॉलेज के सीनियर्स जो मेरे को बुली करते थे, जब उनकी बात मैं मान लेता था.
Now Vijay, tell me one thing. You know, when you started your own business, and हर किसी के साथ होता है, it works, it doesn't work. You also had, I mean, you have burnt your hands, and then you thought of 197 and all. So quickly, if you can tell us about that part of your life, you know.
I came out of engineering college, had something which I wanted to do, but family needed me to do a job, so I started to take job. But
Was that the financial requirement?
Financial requirement. I had to send 10,000 rupees a month, and the reason was my mother had promised, took the promise from me, till the time my sisters are married, I'll have a permanent job for sure, so that money comes home. And obviously, as a Aligarh teacher family, we did not have a lot of earning. लेकिन मेरे अंदर वो कंपनी चलानी है, कंपनी करना है, कुछ की अर्ज लगी रहती थी. सो आई फाउंड आउट अ वे, जिसको टीचर लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं ट्यूशन करना. अब पहले क्लास में जाके पढ़ाते हो, फिर शाम को ट्यूशन करते हो.
वही चीज़ पढ़ाते हो.
तो इसका मतलब है आई स्टार्टेड टू डू थिंग्स इन अ फ्रीलांस वे फर्स्ट. सो आई वुड हेल्प समबडी सेट अप इंटरनेट, वेबसाइट्स एंड सो ऑन. 1998 में, 99 में. एंड स्लोली आई टुक अ कॉन्फिडेंस दैट आई कैन लीव दैट. So I took off from my job saying that I'm leaving it, and I started to do full-time consulting in a operating way, like a company बना लिया मैंने, internet company. I was lucky that I got some work, but again soon I figured out that as soon as you get into a company, your monthly assurance is done with now. You may get work for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but after that you're done. And that was the low period, and I quickly wanted to go to the job, but again I couldn't go. So but again, this was a high tide of internet, 98, 99. Then with my friends, we got some more things to do. We planned consumer internet company, and we got a company, somebody to buy our company. So 99, I sold our company also. But again, it was not enough. It is not the life. I jumped out of that company to say, okay, I will start my again new company. And that time, I went through a real life crisis. All money of my pocket, the savings were disappeared because the amount of spend that you do. This is the time when 9/11 happened, 2001. तो मतलब सारा पैसा चला गया, और अब वापस भी नहीं जा सकते, जॉब में नहीं जा सकते, आपने छोड़ दिया है. योर जैसे ना आपकी ग्रिट, ग्लोरी, रिस्क, रिवॉर्ड, जो भी कुछ है. एक और मेरी लाइफ में लर्निंग रही कि आप ना दरवाज़ा बंद कर दो कि यू आर नॉट गोना गो. तो आपको ना सिर्फ एक ही रास्ता जाना है, वन वे.
लीव एनी एस्केप रूट.
यस, हमेशा बंद कर देना चाहिए. इफ़ यू आर रियली सिंसियर अबाउट व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, आप ना बाकी सारे ऑप्शन बंद कर दो.
मोस्ट पीपल एडवाइज एक्चुअली उल्टा इन मैनेजमेंट, दैट यू शुड हैव अ प्लान बी, सी, डी.
उसका कारण ये होता है कि मैनेजमेंट इज अबाउट ROI एंड एंटरप्रेन्योर इज अबाउट आउटलायर शॉट्स. बट मैं कहूँगा कि आई हैड 3 years of my life where I did not have even monthly 5,000 rupees earning.
Who is your biggest inspiration? Because you belong to an era where so many things were happening, .com boom, then bust, 9/11. So, you know, things were changing very quickly.
Well, I can say this, the truest and the biggest inspiration is Steve Jobs. मैं उनको टेक्नोलॉजी वर्ल्ड का विष्णु अवतार बोलता हूँ हिंदी में अगर मैं बोलूँ, बिकॉज ही सिंगल हैंडेडली हैड चेंज्ड दिस वर्ल्ड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी अनलाइक नो अदर. पर्सनल कंप्यूटिंग, फोन, म्यूजिक.
I mean, he obviously was a huge, I would say, change enabler for current generation.
Who move human race forward. उनका एक फेवरेट वो है ना एड के here is to the crazy ones. तो उसमें वो लास्ट में बोलते हैं those who move human race forward. So I wish in my life I do something that moves human race forward, that moves our community forward, that moves our country forward.
There are so many people, youngsters, even now, if you talk to them, so they'll be, you know, their dream would be that I'll do my engineering, I'll do my MBA, this, that, and then first opportunity available, I'll take a H1B visa, I'll go settle in US. Now you did not have a very comfortable, rosy childhood in India, you know, but still you are so passionate about India, and every time I have spoken to you, somewhere it resonates in your answers also that you want to see India much higher than where it is right now.
मैं बहुत clearly मैं अपनी मातृभूमि का वो बच्चा हूँ जो उसको rise कराना चाहता है, and this came out of my college school upbringing, this came out of my background of family, this came out of the environment I grew up in. My grandfather was someone जिनके घर पे महात्मा गांधी आते थे. हाँ. मेरे grandfather के नाम के colleges हैं, मेरे father वो हैं जिन्होंने अपनी पूरी life उस कम्युनिटी को आगे बढ़ाने में लगाई टीचर के लिए. हाँ. तो मेरी ज़िंदगी में पर्पज़ एक बड़ी चीज़ बन गया देन मनी के. अपनी लाइफ में कभी हमें ज़्यादा पैसे की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी, कभी लाइफ पैसे थे नहीं और कभी नीड नहीं हुई, और अपनी लाइफ में जो पर्पज़ ऑफ डूइंग एंड गिविंग बैक बिकेम द अल्टीमेट एम्बिशन. जब जनगण मन गाया जाता है और जब वो लाइन आती है ना, भारत भाग्य विधाता, वो लाइन ना मेरे अंदर यहाँ पे एकदम से आंसू ला देती है. I don't know why it happens that statement कि भारत के भाग्य का विधाता. I mean, imagine what a powerful statement is. I studied in a Hindi medium school where this was my daily prayer.
So now tell me one thing, you know, everybody makes some mistakes in life. Is there any one decision that you regret today?
सारे decisions के अंदर ना pro and cons आप लगा लो. In the end, what matters is कि आपके कितने % decisions सही रहे हैं. क्योंकि आप बड़े से बड़े आदमी का ले लो, उसके भी 5, 10, 20, 30% डिसीजन गलत होंगे, और रिग्रेट उन डिसीजन में होती है ना. मेरी ज़िंदगी बड़ी फ़नी रही है. मेरी ज़िंदगी में जो गलत डिसीजन हुआ वो सारे में एक सरप्राइज बन के प्लेजेंटली बाद में बाहर आया.
अदरवाइज यू कांट.
करेक्ट. सो रिग्रेट किस चीज़ की कर रहे हो कि हमने चांस लिया था? चांस पे तो अपॉर्चुनिटी आती है.
दिस इज़ योर डेस्क.
दिस इज़ माई डेस्क. एंड ये एक स्टेटमेंट है जो मेरा मोस्ट फेवरेट है.
हाँ हाँ.
ये जब मुझे कन्फ्यूजन होता है कि डिसीजन कैसे बनाना चाहिए, सो डॉक्टर स्यूस की पोएम है चाइल्डहुड की, यू आर ऑन योर ओन, यू नो व्हाट यू नो, एंड यू आर द गाय हु विल डिसाइड वेयर टू गो. मतलब आप अपने अकेले हो यार, किसी आपको कौन, हु विल टेल यू व्हाट शुड यू डू, यू आर द वन हु विल डिसाइड वेयर टू गो.
यू डिसाइड योर डेस्टिनी.
करेक्ट. तो ये ना, ये डिसीजन मेकिंग ट्रिक इस टेबल पे. दिस इज व्हाट इज माय टेबल, दिस इज व्हाट माय डिसीजन इज.
That's a nice one. You have to change the glass. Is this how you always operate, like working desk?
Least. एक लैपटॉप है और एक घड़ी है और ये म्यूजिक सिस्टम का रिमोट है जो नीचे चलता है. ये रहा. Okay. एंड ये है, बस इतना ही चाहिए. How much does a man need? How much does a man need? A phone and a laptop.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now you know, I have this segment called rapid fire. I'll ask you a couple of quick questions, and I want you to answer them very honestly, and first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
So
I will be honest.
Right. Done. Okay. So which is the most inspirational book you have read?
Straight from gut. जैक वेल्च. वो बिल्कुल बिजनेस एडवेंचर लगती है.
Okay. The most inspirational person you obviously mentioned, Steve Jobs. But in your personal life, who's your biggest inspiration?
Masasan. Masayoshi Son.
Okay. Any one thing you would want to change about yourself?
My body size. Horizontally challenged to perfectly fit.
All right. Any one dream which gives you sleepless nights?
Sleepless night is a bigger one, but I personally would love to, like I always say, I keep thinking, what can I do which edges us ahead of this country's border and in the world?
And what is your dream for Paytm? You know, maybe if India has to go
tangible dream, tangible, perfectly tangible dream, $100 billion company out of this country.
At some point, will you share that with Indians? Will you list it?
We are an Indian company. We are a perfectly domiciled in India company, and why not? Yes.
Right. So last question to you would be not question exactly, but what would you like to tell the youth who's watching this show? The show is called Inspiration, and the idea is to have conversation which is beyond boardroom. You know?
Because you're talking about youth who have energy, youth who have a will and belongingness to the purpose. I'm going to say, no eternal awards will forgive us now for wasting the dawn. भारत का सुबह हो गया है और कोई भी हिस्ट्री बुक में आपको कोई माफ़ी नहीं देगा अगर आपने इसको छोड़ दिया.
I think that's the best way to sum it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
As always, pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, my pleasure.